Welcome once again to Leto's Law. Here's Steve Leto.
Joseph sent me a note about a story out of the Sun. This does not surprise me in the least, but a woman tried to claim a $70 million Lotto Max jackpot and is now facing criminal charges and will not get any money. And the story is out of Canada, but these similar things have happened in the U.S. It is human nature. So Emma Crabtree wrote this. A woman is set to appear in court after allegedly filing a fraudulent claim for a lottery jackpot of $70 million. That's $70 million in Canada. The individual from Ontario, who remains unidentified, claimed to have won a multi-million-dollar prize on a Lotto Max ticket. Now, this is an interesting case because information about the alleged fraud was received in July. Information was given to the OPP Investigation and Enforcement Bureau, which was working with the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario. And the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation informed the police about the claim by the woman from North Bay. As a result of the investigation, she is charged with attempting fraud over $5,000, forgery, and uttering a forged document. The woman's since been released from custody and will face charges in court at a later date. But here's how it started. A $70 million, that's Canadian, or 56 million US, 51 million US, Lotto Max ticket went unclaimed, and it has now expired. And you probably know this, but many of these tickets expire usually about a year after they're sold. So if no one claims the jackpot, no one gets it. It vanishes. So you could find the ticket a year and a day later, and you are out. And that's just the way things work. So a lot of times, if a jackpot is unclaimed, the lottery people will actually make an announcement and say, by the way, we've got an unclaimed jackpot, pretty large here, and it expires at the end of this week. Just thought people would want to know that. Sometimes they'll announce where it was sold or what city it was sold in or what state or province. But interestingly, what often happens is that people who've won will wait to claim it for whatever reason. I've heard of people doing that for tax reasons. So they won it this year, but they cash it in next year. Whatever. I'm not going to get into the tax implications of that. So the winning Lotto Max ticket was sold last year in Ontario, but has now been officially declared unclaimed. Now, the story also says it has not been actually confirmed if this woman's claim is related to that ticket, but that's what everybody seems to think. A province-wide search for the winner failed to bring forward the unwitting multi-millionaire. The Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation announced that the ticket bought on June 28, 2022, at a lottery retailer in Scarborough can no longer be claimed. A campaign was launched to find the winner of the ticket, and they actually give the numbers here, in case you had it and wanted to look it up and feel bad. But in a press release, the OLGC revealed that it received a number of calls from people falsely claiming the fortune. So here's the question. The Lottery Commission holds a press conference and goes, we've got a $70 million jackpot that has not been claimed. And somebody out there's got a winning ticket. If you have it, give us a call. How many calls do you think they get? Because remember, you can't just go, I got it, and then not show up with something. 2,700 people. 2,700 people called and said, yeah, I got the ticket. That's me. I won. So 2,699 of them are obviously BSing the officials, and actually all 2,700 most likely were. I doubt that one of them actually had the ticket and just couldn't get in on time. So they got 2,700 calls and emails from people claiming to have lost the ticket, but were logged into the customer care center hoping they could somehow retrieve the ticket. I had it and I lost it. Now, here's the question. I remember in the old days, they treated the tickets like bearer instruments, meaning that whoever's got it wins. If you could prove it was stolen from somebody, you can always do that. But whoever walks in the door holding it is presumed to be the winner, the owner of it. The question then becomes, what if you could actually prove that you had it, but it was destroyed? So let's suppose I buy the ticket on camera. As I turn around, I don't know, lightning strikes me. And it doesn't kill me, but it blows the ticket up in my hand, kapoof. And they later come back and they go, we know the ticket was bought at the 7-Eleven by Steve Leto on September 2nd, 2023. And the reason we know this is that we watched the CCTV, and he's the guy who buys the ticket at the exact same time. He's the only person in the store. No one was there before him. Nobody's there after him. The store only sold one ticket that day. It was the winner in his hands, and as he turned around, he got struck by lightning, and the ticket went poof. And I know in the old days, they'd say, dude, you're out of luck. It's kind of like tearing up money. Do you have the money? No, I tore it up. Can you replace it for me, please? No, it's not how it works. So the question is, if you could prove that you had bought that ticket but don't have it anymore, will they pay you? I'm not sure if that's the case, but it does say due to the high volume of lost ticket claims, the dedicated team of lottery investigators took the time necessary to review each and every potential claim. Now that this process is complete, we can report that none of those claims were successful. Thus, the $70 million prize is officially unclaimed. So getting back to the woman who says that she thought she won and instead she got arrested, it does say that she was charged with forgery and uttering some kind of instrument. In this case, instrument's a written instrument that would have some kind of worth, like a lottery ticket, but also like a check can be an instrument. And so what this appears to be, and again, we're deconstructing this from what little information we have, is that somebody came forward and said, yes, I won this, and I've got the ticket right here. And they looked at the ticket, and they go, oh, the ticket's been tampered with maybe? Or somebody's done something to the ticket in an attempt to make it look like a winner. I can tell you that these people who make the lottery tickets are a little smarter than you might guess if you didn't put much thought into it. Because I can tell you that, for instance, most of these tickets have not just a row of numbers on them, but some other code on them and a bunch of other information on them. And they know where the winning tickets are sold. I'm talking about the type that gets spit out of a printer. I'm not talking about the scratch-offs. I'm talking about the actual tickets. You walk up, you give them the thing, and it prints it out for you. So they know where the ticket was sold, when the ticket was sold, and I suspect they also know what the ticket looked like with respect to how many bets were placed on that ticket. So in other words, you walk in and bought 5 tickets, okay, 5 entries in the lotto. They probably don't give you 5 separate tickets. It might be one ticket with 5 rows of numbers on it. At least that's what a lot of them I've seen look like. And so you go in there and say, I won, here's my ticket. They're going to ask you, where'd you buy it? When did you buy it? Remember what time? Was it morning, afternoon, evening? And those are things they know. And I've seen it before where they've gone back and reconstructed who bought a ticket by asking the store, do you have closed circuit television? Can we see the CCTV footage of this day at this time? And they catch the person walking up and buying a ticket. And so if someone walks in and goes, I've got this ticket and it looks like it's been tampered with, that's a problem. I also do know, and this is going to sound crazy, but at 32 years of practicing law, I've encountered almost everything. But if I haven't encountered it, my friends have. And a very good friend of mine actually represented somebody who claimed they had a winning lottery ticket. And the problem is that the Lottery Commission here in Michigan didn't buy it. And now I can talk about this because the story was in the news. And it was in the news because the man filed a lawsuit. And in his lawsuit, he said, I bought the ticket and I made a Xerox copy of it. And then I put the ticket in a safe place. And unfortunately, my safe place didn't turn out to be so safe. And the ticket disappeared. But I've got the Xerox to prove I had it. And as I mentioned earlier, quite often they call those things bearer instruments, meaning that you might have a Xerox of a $20 bill, but you can't spend it. And so, where's the ticket? And the position, I believe, of the Lottery Commission was that Xerox, the photocopy that you have, and Xerox, of course, is a trademark, the photocopy that you have is not the winning ticket. If anything, it's a photocopy of the winning ticket. And that guy, of course, appeared right before the ticket expired. And the Lottery Commission took the position that no one ever presented us with the winning ticket, therefore nobody gets the money. So we'll see what happens, but as of right now, it looks like they're accusing this woman of attempting to turn in a forged document, i.e., a Lotto Max ticket, which would have matched these numbers. And they're saying that's not real, and we think you faked that, in which case it would be against the law. So $70 million Lotto Max jackpot that the woman tried to claim she did not get and is now facing criminal charges, and she will get nothing, as they say. From thesun.com, and Emma Crabtree wrote it. Joseph sent it. Thanks a lot. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Leto's Law. Enter any 11-digit prime number to continue.